Hello and welcome back to Modeling Manhood. Today we got another story about deer hunting. I have with me a whole bucket full of deer sheds, and a shed is evidence that there was a whitetail living in your area. And this one's a little chewed up from the squirrels, so that's evidence that there's also squirrels in the area too. I got some littler ones like this, evidence of a young buck. And then I have this giant behemoth, which is evidence of a buck that was allowed to age in good nutrition. And you can see it's even got some characteristics on it, like some side kickers and that. But evidence of good genetics and just ability to grow old. So I got a couple other ones in here too. This one here is kind of unique. This one has part of the skull attached to it, which means that this buck probably had a hard time the next year or had some problems with its brain development because it didn't fully come off correctly. So that's evidence of something else. And go through this one too, even worse. Look at how much of that one pulled out of the skull there. So all these things can tell us that this one's kind of unique. It has a bigger brow tine than a G1, but just a cool one here too. But anyways, we're going to put those away, and just wanted to talk to you guys. This is a cool one too. We'll put this one. This one was actually broken off. This one was probably a fighter, which is kind of cool, that one right there. Anyways, yeah, we'll leave those in there. So anyways, as Christians, what evidence do we have in our lives that people know we are Christians? Each of these antlers, whether it's the left side or the right side, can tell us a little bit about the deer or what its behavior was, maybe its age class, what it was going to be like the next year, depending on how that petiole came off the skull. But what do we have in our lives that we show the world that we are Christians? And I just want to read to you guys a section from Matthew chapter 7 on 15 to 20. And I think we'll read the whole thing. Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. You will recognize them by their fruits. Are grapes gathered from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? So every healthy tree bears good fruit, but the diseased tree bears bad fruit. A healthy tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a diseased tree bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Thus will you recognize them by their fruits. And if you guys think about the fruits of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, long-suffering, gentleness, self-control. All those are the fruits of the Spirit. Do our lives exhibit those things, or are there areas that we just need a little bit more refining or a little bit more practice in? And when we go out into the world, what does the world see? Do they just see another run-of-the-mill person, another ordinary man, the same as everybody else, or do they see a smile on our face and a happiness to be alive and breathing? And we need to show the world something that they want to be part of, and that might just be a friendly face. Might be asking somebody how they're doing and actually listening, not just saying, good, how are you, and then moving on. And when I think about evidence of animals, the other day I found the bottom of a whole turtle shell. It was like that big. I need to get that cleaned up. But just feathers that you find, you can go back and identify what bird they're from. All those things that are left behind. If it's tracks or scat or even hair, we can go back and figure out which way the animals moved, how they navigated from one area the property to another area of the property, where they went for their water sources, where they went for their food sources. And we can, as people, look at all those things And maybe you're a people watcher and you like to watch people. And you're like, oh, that person has a swag to them when they walk, or maybe it looks like they're favoring their one hip, or they just walk around like they got something to prove, or with their chest puffed out or whatever. If you're a people watcher, you know that the way people walk will tell you something about their personality. And our personalities as Christians should be reflecting what this gospel, the Word of God, says. And I would encourage you guys to examine the fruit that's coming out of you that the world sees. Is it something that's worthy of being eaten, or is it bad fruit? This section of verses says, grapes do not come from bushes and figs from thistles. A healthy tree cannot bear bad fruit. And I would encourage you guys to be bearers of healthy fruit. Thank you for joining us here at Modeling Manhood. Looking forward to seeing you guys in the near future. Feel free to catch up on old videos if you haven't caught up on them. And please be sharing these with friends if you're getting some value out of them. Thank you, and remember to mirror your maker and journey with Jesus.